up, YouTube? It is Melanie back with Melanie Loves Death Metal. No Black Metal Monday today. Admittedly, didn't listen to any black metal last week. Didn't get anything in new. Just wasn't in the mood for it, surprisingly. So I didn't want to force a video on it, so I figured today I will do a video completely dedicated to a death metal album that recently just came out last week. So last Friday on Everlasting Spew, there was a new album that was released that I feel like might be a silent sleeper, and so I'm hoping that I can get more people to listen to it and enjoy it as much as I have. So the new album is by a band called Becerus, I think is how they say their name, or Becerus. I'm not entirely sure, but the album is called Homo, Homini, Brutus. I have the right there on my phone. I don't have the physical copy yet. It's on the way. So like I said, out on Everlasting Spew, there's CDs, tapes, t-shirts, all of that stuff. And as you guys know, I'm in the US, so it's going to take a little while to get here. But since the album came out this last Friday, I really wanted to talk about it before I waited for my physical copy, because that could be another couple of weeks. So this album, I was seeing it around on Instagram, on Tito's Instagram, Everlasting Spew's Instagram. I saw that they had a single on Spotify, so I checked it out and was like, this is really good. So naturally, when the album came out last week, I actually got it early on Thursday on Bandcamp. They released it earlier. So I've been listening to it every single day since then. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and even this morning twice. And after listening to it yesterday for probably like the 4th or 5th time, I was really excited to talk about this album. So a little bit of a background. I don't know a whole lot about the band. Admittedly, I did a little bit of searching on the internet to try and see what I could find out. A three-piece. There is a bassist and guitarist, and then there's a vocalist, obviously, and then the drummer, who seems to be anonymous at this point, so I don't know his name, but the bassist and guitarist is Giorgio, who is also in the band Assumption, so he's a pretty busy guy. He's got a bunch of other side projects, I believe, and then the vocalist's name is Mario. So band out of Italy, and yeah, like I said, this is their first full length. I don't even know if they had a demo out before this, so I think they just really jumped into the scene. I might be wrong about that. Don't hold me to that. But they don't, as far as I don't know of any other releases that they've had. I've never heard them until now. So right out the bat, I'm just going to start talking about generally the whole shtick around this band. So it is like a caveman death metal album, but not your typical knuckle-dragging, caveman riff-chugging band. Not like that caveman knuckle-dragging stuff that's been really saturating the scene right now. This is completely 90s old-school death metal Florida worship. Like, it sounds like it is an album that came out in the 90s in the Florida death metal scene. It has a lot of remnants of Malevolent Creation and Cannibal Corpse. I get a lot of Cannibal Corpse on this album. So immediately right there, that intrigued me. As soon as I heard the first song and been listening to the album, naturally I fell in love with the album after that. One thing I wanted to call out, and you'll probably see this when you start to look more into the band, is that this band has absolutely no lyrics. And what I mean by that is they do rhythmic, like, growling and screaming, or Mario does, I should say. And you're probably thinking, well, that sounds incredibly stupid. And I just hear me out for a minute. It sounds like there's actual lyrics on this album. Like, there are times where I'm listening to it and I'm like, wait, did he actually say something there? Like, was that an actual lyric? So it completely goes with the flow of this album. It is very well produced. The guitars and the bass are incredible on here. There are solos. The drummer is outstanding. It's a very interesting take on death metal, especially like the modern death metal. So I've seen some people on YouTube videos about when they drop this on like death metal promotion and stuff like that, complaining about the fact that there's no lyrical content and how it's stupid. And I always like kept thinking about how people that don't know metal or death metal often complain that you can't understand what the lyrics are saying. And it's like, well, now we have a band that literally has no lyrics. The other part of this is that I feel like is kind of, you know, a cool take. And I feel like, you know, just like I said, it's different and refreshing, is that there's no lyrical content. It's death metal with no compromise. So there's no lyrical content that people can complain about or talk about how metal is violent and gory or satanic or throw any kind of stone at anything regarding metal. So that's what I'm calling this. You get old school 90s Florida death metal worship with no compromise. They make it work. It is a very, very good album. It compiles of 10 songs, just over 24 minutes long, so it's a quick listen. There are no songs longer than about 3 minutes, I believe. So like I said, it's a quick listen. The first song is just like an atmospheric intro song, but for the most part, the whole entire album is pummeling. It's fast, it's aggressive. There are incredible solos on several songs. They're short solos, but they're solos in death metal, which, like I said, it's not the typical knuckle-dragging caveman riff death metal. I would say there's a few things about this album that really make it stand out from any other death metal album that you'll listen to. Specifically on one song, Latent Primordium, I think is how you say it, which turns out to be my favorite song. There is like this creepy, mysterious laugh that Mario does with his voice. It's almost like a scream laugh within the song, and it just sounds cool, and it works really well with the album. Not to mention that there's an amazing bass line in this song, and then there's an incredible guitar solo in it. The solos, like I said, are really short, but they come and they rock you pretty much, and you're like, wow, that was refreshing. So this whole album is a lot of fun, and I feel like that's pretty much the general point of this band, is to enjoy themselves, have fun. They're very, very musically inclined, like great musicianship on this album. The production is phenomenal, and I honestly don't have any complaints on it at all. It's a quick listen. To get to the point where it gets to the last song and I'm like, oh, it's over already, and then I just replay it again. So as a debut album, I believe this is phenomenal. I'm hoping that this band continues to make more music. I'm not sure if it's like a main band for some of these members or if it's just a side project that they decided to do, but hopefully there'll be more music coming out in the future. But it's really fun. The album cover, I should say, is basically your stereotypical, people are going to judge it by its cover and just assume like, oh, this is, that that caveman death metal album where it all sounds the same and there's not a whole lot of variance, and I'm not knocking any band on here, but there's people that often have that critique, and this is one of those cases where you shouldn't judge it by the cover at all and just listen to it. Like, you'll be surprised with how well it is put together, how great these musicians are, and just like I said, the vocals, you have no idea that there's no lyrics. Like, it's just rhythmic growling, and there's these really high, like, dissonant screams that, not like pig squeal screams, like the growl screams is the best way I can explain it. Within this album, it all flows together, it all works. Like I said, you would think that this was recorded in a studio here in Tampa, Florida, back in the 90s. So again, probably better production quality though, which makes it the more modern sounding of it. But again, a lot of Cannibal Corpse worship on here. I got a little bit of monstrosity from it. I got a little bit of malevolent creation, basically the 10 Commandments era. And yeah, it's a really, really fun album, and I really hope more people listen to it. Like I said, it's out on Everlasting Spew right now. As far as I know, they've had tapes and CDs. I'm not sure about vinyl. I admittedly didn't look to see if they did have vinyl. There's t-shirts and all that stuff. So, like I said, it came out last week. The full album is also on Spotify. They also have a Bandcamp. I will link everything in the description as always, so you guys can go check it out. I think that's all that I had to say. Yeah. It's death metal with no compromise. It is a really fun album, and I hope whoever watches this video, if they haven't heard it yet, go over and take a listen to it and let me know what you think. Yeah, and that's all that I have. So thank you guys so much for all the support. I am still incredibly blown away. One little update for me about this channel. Still gonna try and pump out the same content every week. I did start a little bit of a side project where I created my own distribution store. and I've been selling off some of my personal items out of my music collection. Like I think I talked about it in one of my videos last week. So that's kind of taken up a little bit of my time outside of recording videos. I will also link that. For the most part, a lot of the stuff is sold out already. I think there's like maybe 9 or 10 items still left down there. I am probably going to turn this into a thing. I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of exploring that, but just a little side project I decided to do. So I'll link that as well. Like I said, there's not a whole lot in there right now. I pretty much have sold out everything these last couple of days, but as soon as I have updates, I usually post it in my Instagram, and I'll try to get better about Facebook. I haven't been posting a whole lot on Facebook because admittedly I don't really use Facebook that much. So again, thank you so much for all of the support. I'm getting closer to 500 subscribers on here. As soon as I hit 500 subscribers, I have a giveaway planned. And that'll be for my subscriber only people on YouTube. And then on Instagram, I'm creeping slowly closer to 1,500 followers. As soon as I hit 1,500 followers, I will do a massive giveaway for both Instagram and YouTube people. It'll be open for everybody. So thank you so much for all of the support. Again, it is greatly appreciated. I am so blown away by it. I was not expecting this at all. I know I say that like every single time. And as always, Death Metal Tape Tuesday will be tomorrow, and then I have a bunch of stuff that just came in today for collection updates, so there'll be several videos this week. Thanks, guys. Have a great Monday. And again, apologies for no Black Metal Monday, but I'm hoping it'll be back next week. See you later.